And
Right.
so briefly about these poems, they're short, they are unusual because they are about immediate experience. Either at the moment when it happens, I start writing, or immediately after. And they deal always with two ways of looking at experience, not only the ordinary way, but also the higher way, finding the higher meaning in each experience. And in doing the poems, I never knew who did them because the creative energy that was present could not be separated from my own sense of myself. They were one. And so the poems happened. So let me read to you three short poems. They're all pretty short because the message um, is for someone who is open, someone with a little background who would understand that the poems are an invitation to a dialogue with the poem. Our own experience is meant to interact with what the poem is talking about. And the poetic response, we usually respond as poems, as poets to a poem, but we rarely know that or note that down. So this one is from all three of these poems are from chapter 8 in our new book called Just Looking. And it's all about joy. Chapter 8 in the book is called Joy. This one is called Sacred Rhythm. Haven't you noticed? Creator loves to dance. It has instilled in all creation the unquenchable, irrepressible desire to dance and dance and dance. The next poem, I think I better put my glasses on. It's about unseen worshipers. It's about joy that is within all of us, that manifests unexpectedly at different times in different places. It's called Unseen Worshipers. You know that dance we do? Yes, that one late at night when no one's watching except God. Or that song we sing alone in our car because we can't hold back any longer the joy of simply being. I think we can call these prayer, don't you? Blessed are the secret dancers and singers. Blessed are the unseen worshipers, the ones that pray to God all alone. And the last one, which has a lot to do, I've written quite a few of the poems called Joy about my cat, who was actually sleeping in my chair in front of me and positioned to get the sunlight right on him. This is called Innocence. I hope God is watching as I play with my cat, Obi. Such innocent joy, laughter, like a baby's belly being tickled, or a brand new universe just created. All right. I think you get the gist of these short poems. Okay, 10 minutes. Very good. Now I'm going to ask you each to write a poem in 10 minutes on that sheet of paper in front of you. And the subject will be something you love. Something you love. Not a person. Can't be a person. And the other thing I want to tell you is that rhythm is more important than rhyme. The power of poetry rests basically on its rhythm. Its rhyme is repetition. So please begin right now. Thank you. Something you love, not a person. Rhyming is not that important. All right. I'm going to stop you pencils down, as they used to say to us too often, ringing in our memories of school days. So I'm sorry to interrupt the creative flow, but whatever you've written is marvelous. It's perfect. You will see that in a minute. So if anyone would like to read their poem to the rest, please, Bob and Noel, if you would recognize them, please raise your hand, and the rest would love to hear what we have been writing.
Go right up here. Come up here.
Well, first there's a
Form a line here if you want to reach the poem, please. Joko.
Or you want to be the screen?
There, Barry, make sure we can see you there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna make you, hold just a second, I'm gonna add spotlight. Okay, now Barry, get here so you can see yourself. You see yourself?
Yeah, you want me to face it? Or face the crowd?
Yes, no, it's fine. Face the audience.
Okay. My very first poem. Called Something You Love. I love waking up knowing I have a full day ahead of me. A day to play, a day to work, a day to be creative, a day to do nothing. I get to fill the day with whatever I want. I love waking up.
Let's get your mugshot there, Barry.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
You can thank your muse, Ron. So introduce yourself, your muse, Ron, Victoria,
Hey,
and
Ron, Victoria, met you
Hi.
years ago, CCC, in
a lot of years.
a lot of years, 15, 16, 17.
Terrific.
Thank
Please.
you. Thank you for this inspiration.
And your name is?
Joko. Mine's called That First Cup of Coffee. The first cup of coffee in the early morning before the world wakes up. It's a treasured ritual, holding the cup, smelling the warmth, savoring that first glorious sip. I am fully conscious in that moment, awake, aware, as still as the morning air, grateful, loving, contemplating how to carry this stillness into the day.
Great. Yes.
Ron, to hear okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I share that cup of coffee experience. It comes always and it deepens and deepens. Strange. Okay, more. Yes. Hi.
Victoria. All right. I love horses in all of their magnificent ways. The freedom they elicit, the strength, gentleness, and beauty of their stature. They are truth sayers, lovers, and fierce family protectors. I honor the herds as they roam the earth for all of time.
Mm. Mm.
And you heard that okay, right, Ron?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
It might be better to stand to the side here, be closer to the microphone. So John, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm John. See where you can see me. Hi.
Hi, John.
First time caller. Yoko's other half. Been around this kind of stuff a little bit. So something I love. I took a walk today. The fields were lush and the valleys deep. I think I may take a sleep. Awake I am. The bees told me so. As we decided to go see.
There I am. Hi, you guys. I'm Marcia.
I know who you are.
It's something we love, right, Ron?
Correct.
Yes.
Playmates. I love my playmates, seen and unseen, living in the shadows and light of my deepest playground, my soul, my spirit, my life, deep in my DNA. Playful shapes, playful colors, giggles, movement, deep, ready to reveal the joy of my life. Thank you for coming to show me the fullness of my light.
Nice. Very nice. I like the invisible playmates. She is.
We have spent so much time together. This is, of course, I have to add additional comments before I read my poem.
Stand here so they can be closer to the microphone, please.
Thank you.
So Ron can hear you.
Thank you. The format of this, I was really into poetry like 40 years. I was doing nothing else. This format is called a haiku, which Ron may know. Is it Japanese structure? Or
Yes.
Somebody else
Yes,
knows.
it is.
But it's it's real simple. 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second line, and then you go back to the 5 in the third line. But the third line usually has a twist of meaning too. So now I shall read. And there are actually 2 versions of this right now. I'll read the first, the one I just wrote now. Words, something I love to play with. Words we call knowledge. Ruthlessly crucify our creativity.
Nice.
And at some point, I have one of those little inspirational pictures with a tree that was in Honduras that has spikes coming out from it.
Oh, yes, I know that.
Is it La Ceiba? I took the photo in La Ceiba anyway. So that would be spikes we call knowledge. Ruthlessly crucify our creativity. I'm done.
Awesome.
All right. Yes, that's a very sharp haiku. I don't know what our time looks like, but I think I have to turn it over to Victoria. I don't know.
Time. We have time. This is too good.
We have plenty.
Well, do we have a little extra time at the end to go on?
Yes.
It's okay.
Good. All right.
Are you okay with that, Victoria?
Absolutely. This is
Okay, come on, there's so many poets you're bringing out, I'm not gonna stop.
Hi, I'm Flo,
Hi, Flo.
and my poem is called Water, My Love. Have I told you that I love you? Worship your embrace. Feel gratitude for your quench and the cleanliness you provide. In me, outside me, we are one.
Mhm. Yes,
Now burst some poets here.
Yeah.
it's hard. It's,
Hi,
yeah.
I'm Frankie.
Please, let me stop you for 1 second. Victoria, how does this look with the time that you wanted to do something, a project with everyone?
Ron, I think it's fine because they have a little time after. It's fine. I love
Yeah.
these shows.
Because, yeah, so people can read some more. Wonderful.
So this is called Sweet Bailey. Scampering for a little pause, playing chase with me through this house. Hills of giggles and echoing joy off ceilings and walls, echo still within my heart.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Anne.
Hi.
Something I love. I love mountains. I love oceans. I love the countryside seen from the passenger seat. I love streams that meander or rush. I love still pools that show me my spirit. All these things, like cool water from a bubbling spring, revive my soul.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, we know that. We know that we are here We share that.
Nice to meet you. I'm Marge,
Yes.
my treasure tree. She has an eye that winks at me and branches, of course, like any tree. One is crossed above her knee, reminding me obstacles set me free. She's here to teach and I to learn. Comfort she's been in my life's sojourn. In spring, her winking eye begins to hide, yet I know she has my hide.
Well, Ron, is
What?
Marge, was that Marge?
Yes, that was March.
Can I ask Marge to read that in some way?
Say that again?
Can I ask Marge to just read that? You know what I mean?
In
wanted
a
to
different,
In a different way.
In a different way. Okay, how in a different way, Victoria?
Marge, can you read that like you're talking to a baby?
Like I'm talking to a
Like you're
baby?
talking to a baby.
Oh, okay.
Come on back up here, please.
Sorry, I had to hear that. That was just so perfect.
And it's closer here. They have trouble hearing.
My treasure tree.
Talking to a baby, like you're talking to a baby.
She has an eye that winks at me and branches, of course, like any tree. One is crossed above her knee, reminding me obstacles sets me free. She's here to teach and I to learn. Comfort she's been to my life sojourn. In spring, her winking eye begins to hide, yet I know she has my hide.
yeah.
Thank you.
You have to get down. What do I do?
Yeah, just so you can see yourself, so they can see your face.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. See you. Yes.
I see with love, I see with joy, I see with wonder, and with marshmallows. I see whatever I want to see. Won't you join me?
Yeah. Nice.
Wrangled into this.
I'm a ranger. I'm a ranger.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Okay.
I love how the sunlight sparkles on the leaves, how the mist of the clouds hang in the air, nestled between the mountaintops. How when gazing into the distance, time seems to collapse upon itself. An eternal presence permeates the landscape. The very ground beneath my feet, the wind and the trees, the skies and the birds, all infinitely connected, all our relations blessed in this moment.
Mm. Wow. Wow.
You're
Nice.
able to hear that, okay? Good.
Bob?
I'm Captain Joyboy, novice poet. Things I love? Sky. Why? Free. Expansive. All-seeing. Never judging while serving all. Sky brings sunlight, which feeds the plants. They feed us. Loving the love, the sky.
Written like a true pilot.
Hey, y'all.
All right.
All right, I think I'm the last one. Okay. Heartbeats, smelly breath, brown doe eyes, you bathe me with your sweetness, praising my every move, and then taking too much room on my side of the bed. Talking about no.
Great. Great. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Victoria.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you all.
Okay, I'm going to switch you off. And I'm going to remove your spotlight. And I'm going to add Miss Victoria, add her spotlight. And I'm going to take our spotlight off because we don't need it no more. Okay. I think I did it.
I'm
There we
next.
go.
Oh my God. Well, I guess I want to say thank you to Bob and Noel for letting us come on like this. And also, having been on the back scene, the back end of all this that's going on, I can just, some of you know because you've been a weaver, but I can just say there is just a lot that goes into this, a lot navigating it. And Bob and Noel, how they do it, I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm just very grateful to you too.
Couldn't have done it without Victoria.
And
Oh, good, good. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good, good. Okay, well, I'm going to just tell you two things to start doodling and just two things about myself. First of all, I just want to say, first of all, let's see. I want to say that at the age of 35, I bottomed out in my life and in a kind of existential crisis, and I was put on the path. The path found me. So I've been on the path ever since then. And so on that path, I did a lot of work like all of us here, everybody here. You know, I did a lot of processes. I studied the Gurdjieff work for 12 years. Ron and I were in it. If anybody knows the Gurdjieff work, you work on yourself a lot. I mean, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful work. It's very, it really gets you to see your personality and, you know, your psychology in a spiritual way. It's just unbelievable. It's very, very unique. And then what happened was, after 12 years of that, that kind of came to an end. The teacher we had was passing over. And just like that, as they say on, anyway, Sex in the City, but it wasn't. Just like that, I got transferred to a non-dual teacher, Kenneth Mills in Canada. He was actually on my doorstep here in Connecticut. He was visiting Connecticut and somebody invited us over. So it's just, you know, as you all know, you just kind of fall into that path. And that was amazing. He's a Canadian metaphysician, he's been passed over for 12 years now. And he really expressed the entire non-duality in music and a cappella singing and painting and just incredible unfoldments. These were like 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour lectures that were just spontaneous, or he did not think of himself as a channel. He says it was a conscious, direct response. So that was amazing. And so, you know, when I went there, I was finding everything familiar, if you know what I mean. I kept saying, this is just like, you know, this is just like Gurdjieff. This is just like the Course in Miracles. This is just like this. This is just like that. And then one day, in a small setting, he said, Victoria, I'm glad you find everything so familiar. Well, thank you for laughing. That did not kind of feel good, you know. It was a compliment, but you know. And so I asked one of the senior students there, and he said, well, you know, why don't you just maybe put that aside, saying this is light. And I did. And I can just tell you the most incredible thing happened. I can't even believe what I heard. Because after being in the Gurdjieff work and working on myself so much and really appreciating it and changing, I got better. I got more balanced. But this was something else. This was a way out of personhood. It was beyond personhood. It was into spirit completely, into a non-dual presence. So I just wanted to tell you those two things about me. So when we go over this, you'll know I've kind of been involved in that. And of course, you know, what Kenneth Mills started, since he passed, I've been very much drawn to non-dual teachers, Rupert Spira and, you know, Eckhart Tolle and, you know, all the ones that, I don't know if you people know all of them, but so I've been continuing this, and through that, it's been kind of deepening or opening more, I would say. So doodling is very close to that, very, very close to that. I've been doodling all my life since I was 6 years old, since you could put a pen or pencil in my hand. Okay, I didn't think it was anything. I threw out all my doodles. I thought they were just messy. I wasn't consciously aware of it. I knew I was doing it, but it didn't have any connection to me till I listened to Oprah and Eckhart Tolle one time, and I was doodling, and from the height of that kind of, awareness, I began to say, what is this? What is going on here? Who is doing this? What is happening? I wasn't throwing them out anymore. So I want to take us through a doodling meditation, and then I want to show you how Ron and I did our new upcoming book in terms of something you could do. Because I want to tell you, if you want, you could do a whole book on those beautiful poems you wrote with doodles on them, and you could have them ready for Christmas. It's not a complicated thing. And I know all the steps, and I know somebody that could help in the finishing parts of it. You probably have people who print things up, and maybe you've already done it. So that's my kind of plan, to give you something like that. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just take out your paper in front of you. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is the paper. Okay. Put your eyes on that paper. Because that is what the doodle holds, the doodle. That paper holds the doodle. Without that paper, there would be no doodle. It could be in another substance that holds it. But in this case, we're using the paper. Maybe we could consider the paper as our consciousness. It's not a perfect analogy because obviously the paper can be burnt or thrown out or torn up. But let's just say this paper is infinite consciousness. So what is that like? Well, it's nothing. It's no thing, right? There's nothing. There's just white paper. Whatever we put on the paper, whatever we draw on the paper, will not affect the paper. I mean, it'll become intimate with the paper, but if you analyzed it, it would still be paper with pen on it, but it would be paper in substance, and what everything is on there, everything that's on that page will be on the paper. So I want you to think of being. Just consider your being, like right now. We're all being. Is that true? I mean, we're all being, like just being. We're being. We were always being. When we were 3 years old, we were being. The circumstances were different, the intelligence was different, the knowledge was different, but we were being. Everybody in the earth is being. Animals are being. They're being. So the being is not affected by the doing. It's really not. Being is just being. We can't look to the mind to understand this. It's just got to be kind of and you may know this. I'm not saying you don't. Just sharing my considerations. Now, you know that this is a paper, and you know you're going to be doodling on the paper. And that being, the fastest way to call it from everything that I've read and acquired into myself is I am. So that paper is just being. It's just present. Now that paper exists. Like this body exists, the body exists. Your pen that you could pick up now, your pen that you could look at exists. But being doesn't really exist. Existence has come into manifestation. It's not an illusion. I don't know. This pen exists, but being does not exist. Not in the way we think of things being manifested. And the only way we would be involved in that is if we knew it. We don't believe it. We don't believe we're being. If we go to our experience of being and how we're having it, it's not a belief. I don't say, I believe I'm being. No, I know I'm being. Believing, my teacher, Kenneth Mills said, has the word be lie in it. So changing our beliefs is part of changing the doodle. So that I am is unchanging. Now the doodle, okay, the doodle, you could take your pen in hand. Let me just move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, now the doodle is the I am amming. We are going to be amming. We're going to be starting to do. This is fun because we're doing a doodle. So that's kind of nice, doing doodle. Now we're going to say, I am doodling. We could say, I am a doodler. Everything after the I am is a qualification. It's a qualification in doing. Being is what is happening in the background on that paper. So we're going to be doodling. And who is doodling? Leave that question open. And just to notice that you could say I'm doodling, but then you could say I'm doodling badly. You see the qualification? I'm doodling brilliantly. I'm doodling sloppy. I'm doodling depressed. I'm doodling sad. Now we're taking the I am and qualified it with two more stories. Is it true that those stories exist? Yes. Are we those stories completely? So when we start doodling, we have a lot of qualifiers. By the way, I did doodling workshops. I stopped because every single person started saying, I can't do this. I'm not as good as so-and-so. I'm not as good as you are. My line's just as good. And I would have had to do 2 years of psychotherapy to get everybody out of, defeatist positions or, arrogant positions of this is better than anything anybody's done. So, I mean, it's so hard to get off the content of what we're doing, the content. In order to really have being come closer and closer to being, we have to let go of that content a little bit. So I just beg you not to judge your doodles today. This is just a meditation, it's a practice. So you could pick up this beautiful pen that has been created, a Sharpie pen, and on your paper, what I'm going to ask you to do is do a circle. It does not have to be a perfect circle. Just watch this for a minute. Can you see this? Can they see it, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And then do a circle that goes around that circle. I mean, it's beginning to look like the Olympics, but anyway, and then do another circle over here. And if you want, you could do another one. We're just going to do a bunch of circles. Okay, now just watch this for a minute. I'm going to try doodle upside down. So we're going to fill these out. This is a meditation, like making a circle like that. See that circle? And next to it, we're going to make another circle. And then we're going to try to, we can't finish this today, but you can do it sometime. You can finish that all. I'd like you to do all this with the circles. The reason for that is, take a look how I'm doing this. I feel the point of the pen on the paper. It's nice the way it feels to my hand. What I'm not doing is going. So the activist will have to slow down, Bob and Noel. So we are doodling like this, just like that. We don't have to think about it. If we were doodling like that and it would go like this, say did that, right? So then we could just gently put tons more, because it happened to me. You see, I watched myself starting to doodle, and then I saw myself like, oh God, I ruined it. I ruined it. I made a mistake. So something came in just absolutely amazing and said, just do that all over your paper. And I did, and it was my favorite doodle for a long time. So there is no mistake. If you, sometimes when I do the circles, I don't finish it like that. So I go in and put a little, I just clean it up a little like that. And if I don't like the circle because it isn't quite the round I wanted, I might go around again and fill it in a little bit, like that. One of the things is there are no real mistakes. And a mistake, what our mind, you get to see a mind. Our mind judges things inaccurately. It's limited by what it heard, like you have to be neat or you have to stay somewhere. So see, like if I did that, maybe I would just go and fill in these circles over here. So, but notice, try to go slowly and do it while you're talking to someone or like someone's talking to you or watching something. You want to engage the mind. So the mind is listening to something. You could listen to music. I mean, you could do it without listening to anything. And then up here, let's do a different kind of doodle where you just go like, see these lines I'm making? Try that. These are just, and by the way, you guys, if you probably most of you have doodled and are artists here, so you have things that have been very innate in your flow. So here, maybe we just turn it like that and go like this. You've seen these things probably online. By the way, that's another thing. You can go online and look at doodle patterns. Don't feel restricted. You do not have to be original. I am original is not a true statement. I am is a true statement. I am original. It's sort of like a piece of clothing on the something else. So here we're doodling like this. Okay? So when I leave you or you go back, it would be nice if you just practice this for a while so you can get the feeling of complete nothingness. You don't have to think. You don't have to do anything great. You don't have to do a work of art. Then you would become a doodler. You don't want to become a doodler. Okay. Let's see. Let's think of another one here. Maybe this can have like some just like leafy things. Now notice I went out there. Oh my God. So then I go out here. Yeah. Or I go out here. Or I go out here. And all the time. Now see, this looks a little messy, but I'm going to go more deeper and deeper. I would go back into it. I would fix this one up maybe a little bit like that because my pen would just do it. It would just go that way. Then I would maybe make this a little stronger. I hope you're all doing this kind of. Now I have these wonderful little places to go in. So what could I do inside that little place? Could I just do a little like that? If you're great with this, do it. If not, look up patterns online. Who cares? So being, do you think that your being is different from anybody else's being?
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No, being is being. It can't be different from anybody else's being. Also, is being inside your body. I love when everybody goes in. I've learned this from so many teachers. What's inside your body? Ron's a pathologist. He'll tell you. If you go inside, there's no outside. I think of it like we're in an ocean of being and we're a wave. That's what the analogies are like. The analogies group of Spira uses it all a lot is that there's a screen and there's a movie. We are the movie. Our whole life is the movie on the screen, but what we truly are is the screen. So I'm going to let this kind of go for you, and you could use it and if you want to play with it some more, if you like doodling, or just try it when you're listening to a lecture or something like that. And I don't know if you have time, when you have this quiet time, which is a lot of competition for. So that's the idea of that. And now I just want to show you something here. So let's just put this on here. So you've written a poem. So you could put the poem online. You could take out a document and obviously you could write your poem online, okay? Very easy. And then after you write your poem online, you print it out. And after you print it out, then you can start doodling on it. Okay, so here you are, all the space to doodle, anything you want. The reason, now, this isn't very fast kind of doodling. This is like something slow that you can come back and leave it anytime, come back. It has no beginning, no end. So here you are, and perhaps if you haven't done it before, you want to start with the circle, you know? I'm going to start with a circle. So here I am again, and I'm doodling these things. Now, say it says something in here. Let's see. With wondrous, see one dimension with joyous abandon, cascade into another. So this is a Ron Friedman poem. So maybe cascade is like, maybe it's like this. Cascade, maybe it's going down. You know, or maybe it's just a line going down. So you can see the idea. Here it is. The beauty comes when you start doodling this, and you could just do a border, or you could just do something that's very evocative of the actual picture, like that. So once you've done this, you can take this now, and you can scan it. If you don't know anything about that or don't have a scanner, you could take it to a print shop, and you could scan it make a scan out of it, and then print that out, which is a better copy. And that copy you can put in a frame. You can put it in a frame, and then you have a doodle to give to someone for a gift. If you want to do a book, all you would do is write a lot of poems. It would take your time when you're just, hanging around or listening something. Take another thing out, doodle some more, look at some doodles online and doodle it. And say you have 20 poems or 15 poems. Then those poems can be made into a book, and it can be put on Amazon for very, very little. It certainly can be printed up in a printer, and you could give it out for Christmas. So what I wanted to do now is just share a little bit from our book so you could see what it is. I'd love to see your doodles, but that would take us really, I'd be walking around if I were there. I would be so excited to see your doodles. So, okay, I'd like to screen share just and show you on we have a publisher. We're starting in November putting this together. So let's see, let's get out of Zoom. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, so this is the cover. Oh, take it back. Okay, so that's the cover of the book. And so you can see once you do this doodle, once you guys do a doodle like this, you can go back in there and use any font you want and put that in on your document online. Okay, and this is what the person who would put it together with you, this is the back of it, and this is some spaces for testimonials. So you can see here, this is, if you've ever read Rumi's book by Coleman Barks, you'll see this kind of thing. This is their content, their table of contents, and I use a lot of sources that I love. Okay, so this is chapter 1. It's sacred, called Sacred. Ron, you want to read the poem? I guess you have to, yeah, unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sacred. The soul, overwhelmed by gratitude, knows not where to place its tribute, knows no object on which its light shines, knows not how far its love's embrace extends. It simply holds silence, in awe, in wonder.
So we can't show you the book, obviously, because it's 9 chapters. It's an 8 by 10. It's an art book, and every chapter has a different theme, like joy, and every chapter has a different theme in doodling that I'm not seeing right now. It's not coming up. Oh.
Exit a little while. There it is.
So they're all different, completely different doodles, and different different chapters of poetry. Okay, let me just see if I can go back a little. I can go like here.
You have to give it a minute.
Okay, I'm not going to go through the thing. Don't worry. I can't. Okay. I'm just going to go here. So see if I can just.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay, so you can see they're all different doodles and different chapters. Let's go down a little bit. Let's see where we stop. Where do we stop? Okay. I guess it's not, it takes a little while to come up. Okay. Chasm. Only feeling can bridge the gap to what the eyes cannot see. So here's another way you could do it. You can doodle your page and then you can write your, if you don't know how to do this, and you really want to do this, let me know and I'll help you to do a book because it's really easy. So you can just write it here and then put white behind it or red behind it. If you do color, very expensive to print. So wonder, oh, here's one that's like presence of a true teacher. So again, so you get the idea. It's something that's very doable. And my friend Ellen, she has done all this with, she's the one, when you scan it, you can have it scanned just for you at a printer. Or if you have a scanner, you just do it yourself. And then you send her all the scans. She puts them in a format for Amazon or Ingram Spark. She just puts them in a format for Amazon. And then she puts it there and they print the books and they put a price on it. You have to buy your own books half price. Or you can just go to a printer and have them printed if you're just doing a few for your friends. So you can see each one is different, each doodle and the story. And by the way, here's Ron's long poems. Incredible poems. The one on war here is unbelievable. These are all his poems. And so just reading them and doodling for this was just amazing thing that happened. There's Joy. Ah, there's Joy. There's the fish with Joy and the cat with Joy. And then what happened to me is at the very end, it started, my doodling started to change. I incorporated ink. And again, you can do this. It's so simple. So what I did here is I bought some ink and I have a brush that's a kind of fan brush. For those who are, a brush that has fan on it. Then you put a little water on the paper and then you dip your brush in a little paint and then you just go like this and it swirls around. And then you doodle within it. You doodle within it. So you can become very mysterious and very, incredible with this. This is a brush coming down like that. And then see, I doodle inside there. And this is all doodles in here. They're very simple doodles, little circles. So anyway, that's the kind of thing that I'm hoping if you have the feeling to do this and you want to relax, this is very relaxing. It's not anything that that has any kind of effort to it. There's no effort from beginning to end. So it's no effort to sit here. It's no effort to look at the paper. It's no effort to pick up your pen unless your mind starts telling you this is not good. There is no not good. And it will finish itself. Okay, I think we went 15 minutes over. Sorry. Okay.
We don't accept your apology. This has been fabulous.
We're so grateful for that. Very nice. Thank you.
Yes.
What a joy.
Telling us that there could be like co-creators 2025 doing the mountaintop book.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want to do a book, let me know. My email is on something. So let me know. It's time consuming, but it's not time consuming because it's out of time. You just do it whenever, and it gets done whenever.
Both the poetry and the doodling come from the same place.
No place.
No place. Go ahead, Marge.
Yeah, Rumi, my place is the placeless, a trace of the traceless, neither body nor soul. I belong to the beloved. Oh, Rumi.
Yeah, so Victoria, I think you just partially answered the question. So the doodling settles the mind for stillness, opens it for creativity, just lets you be in alignment with the flow.
Absolutely perfectly said.
Mm.
Perfectly said. Yes, I did study, I found out research on it. They find that children that doodle, when we doodle, you hear more of a lecture. So when people feel we're not paying attention, that is not true. But the reason they say we hear more of a lecture is, well, I don't even know, I forget why they said it. It was some theory, some really complex theory, but I think we hear more because we're relaxed and the mind is relaxed and it's not trying to understand the lecture. It's taking a rest. It's resting in being. It's taking a rest in awareness. Like my teacher once said, Kenneth Mill said, if you want to get away from the shadow, just go sit under a tree.
Any other questions or comments here? Thank you. Thank you.
Just how long did she work on?
How long did you work on the doodles for your book?
A year.
And how long did you work on the poems for your book?
I don't really know. They just came. There's so many of them, and they're nudniks, they're nuisances because they don't stop coming.
They're nuisances.
You're lucky. Will it be on Amazon?
Yeah, the book will be available on Amazon. Is that correct?
It will be there on Amazon. It's not published. The third one is not published. The previous two are on Amazon.
Yeah, we have a publisher. I think they go through Amazon. We're just beginning to work with them. We just finished it about a month ago.
Congratulations.
Kate, Red Clover?
I'm wondering how Fiona the fish is the name of the
Larissa.
story, right? Flora. What are you gonna say?
She's asking about Florisha the fish.
How did Clarissa come into being?
How did Florisha come into being? And that is a CCC one story. But go ahead, Victoria.
What is it?
She wants to know how Florisha the fish came into being.
Oh my God. Clarissa the fish came into being because we were studying the four temperaments in Rudolf Steiner. If anybody's been in Rudolf Steiner's work, and the way he works with, the schools, the anthroposophic schools, the Waldorf schools with children. And, his directions to teachers about telling children stories that have to do with their types, with their temperaments. So Clarissa the fish, I was working with children and I was reading that and studying that with my first teacher. And the story came to me. Well, my first teacher told me you should work with children. I went, no. My studio was very nice. I don't want, anyway, but I did, and it opened up a fairyland, the Middle Kingdom. So when I said to him, he said, you should read stories to children. And I said, oh, you mean like Beauty and the Beast? He goes, no, 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 Spirit Club stories that you'll get. And I did. So Clarissa came from the four temperaments, Sam Shark, the choleric, right? And Fanny Flounder, the phlegmatic, and Bonnie Bluefish, the melancholic, and Clarissa, the sanguine. And then I didn't know, she wanted to gather water, and I didn't know how she was going to gather water because she worked very hard. She swam and she tried everything and she couldn't go. And all those temperaments with Sam Shark, they tried to dissuade her, all her thoughts. It's too hard. Everybody's tried. It doesn't work. It's airy-fairy to gather water. And then one day she sees the silver fish and he gets out of the water. And she's like shocked. So that happened because that's just when I went into that non-dual teaching. And so Clarissa got out of the water because she saw a fish that went out of the water. And when he went out of the water, it was a he. It would be now a transgender she, black woman. But years ago, so it was a he, okay? So he got out of the water and she saw that he had these wings of love that he opened up to get out of the water. And then she looked down and they were there. She never saw them. She never saw her wings of love. And she opened them up and then she got out of the water. That's where the story came from.
Beautiful, beautiful. Any other questions?
Can you show the table of contents again?
I'd like to see the table of contents again. Is that too much to bring up?
No, if you have time.
Inspiration from Box's Rumi table of contents, did you say?
Yeah.
That's your personal email.
That's all.
Oh, that's our personal email. We do not need that. I was thinking like, what's she doing with ice?
Where is it? Oh my God, it's all the way at the beginning. Is that crazy? Okay, hold on. Let me just see if I can get out.
He's trying to get something. Okay. Let her get the table of contents first.
All the way, all the way.
Okay. Come on up.
So this book will be available later this year, correct, Ron?
Yes.
No, next year, 2026.
Okay, so that's the cover.
Oh, yeah. So there is a book called The Illuminated Rumi. It's Michael Green and Coleman Barks.
There's the chapter.
And then
Gorgeous book.
and it's a gorgeous book. Michael Green is no longer alive, but Coleman Barks is. And he's doing painting. So they had this kind of path that Rumi was on, and they had all the contents. It was a much more gorgeous, drawing of it. I mean, he was a real illustrator. So I just always loved everything in that book, the poems and the pictures. The Illuminated Rumi, it's still for sale, and it's just gorgeous. It's Coleman Barks translations, and that's what they had. So if you see, here's poetry and doodling, and then chapter 1, 2, 3, and it kind of goes in a little bit of a design. It's a doodle. The path is a doodle. We are a doodle.
Yeah.
No, we are. We're a doodle. We're a form in space. What is a doodle? A form on the paper. We're just a doodle.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, you got
Thank you.
time for
Marcia,
one
did you want to
more
ask something, say something?
Oh.
Okay, she's good.
Thank you.
I hope we see you in 2026.
We hope you see you in 2026.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Unless the lockdown lasts.
I'm going to bring us into Ad Spotlight here. Aren't we all so beautiful? Yes. So this has been, it's like we elders with us with so much wisdom to share and shared so beautifully.
Anyway, I can read one more poem.
Yes.
Okay, one, you're going to close. You got to come up here though. They want to.
Well, but I've been dreaming that I might be able to hug Victoria and Ron one year. It's lovely. So I say, to be able to dialogue in this way, well, it's really more than words can say. How it thrills my soul to dance with y'all. I have to admit, I dreamed we'd be together having a ball. One of the things I love most is meeting special folks and begin to boast of the fun it is, the joy we bring each other in pure bliss. Anyway.
Thank you. Right here, into the camera. There she is. She is so.
Love you so much.
Thank you all. This was perfect. This was perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having us.
Almost perfect. Be here next time.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, good weather.
Wish I were there.
Yes. We've had
Thank
good
you.
weather. Love you
Bye.
too.
Love you.
Love you.
Love us.
We do.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, everyone.
Perfect. Yes.